blue of the night meets the gold of the day, someone waits for me. It's Crosby speaking. This one is for the Treasury. A matter of victory bonds and a free movie day, sponsored by the War Activities Committee of the Motion Picture Industry. Along on this ride are little Joni Edwards, Gene Kelly, Lieutenant United States Navy, and Pops Whiteman and the band. Music, Pappy, would you accompany me along the Navajo Trail? Every day along about evening, when the sunlight's beginning to fail, I ride through the slumbering shadows along the Navajo Trail. When it's night and crickets are calling and coyotes are making their way, I dream by a smoldering fire along the Navajo Trail. I love to lie and listen to the music when the wind is strumming a sagebrush guitar. When over yonder hill the moon is climbing, always finds me wishing on a star. Well, what do you know? It's morning already. There's the dawning, so silver and pale. It's time to climb into my saddle. I got to ride the Navajo Trail. It's time to climb into my saddle and ride the Navajo Trail. Ride the Navajo What you say now, Pappy? Toddle down off that podium there and make a little talk with your offspring here.
Hi, Bing, and how's everything down in Gronesville on the chirp?
Just fine, about the same, taking some and leaving some.
Like
the good old days.
I resent that a little too soon, but I resent it, the good old days. I expect to be kicking it around in 55.
55, and cashing them in, too.
And you do not mean checks.
I definitely do not mean checks. Victory bonds are the word.
With music by the bingo.
And his Pops. You going to lay some of them horns and fiddles on me there, Pops? Will you?
Yes, sir. Anything you say.
Well, I say, now I know your face by heart from Polonaise.
Everywhere.
Oh, that was lovely, Pops. Smooth as a caterpillar's kiss.
And you like 'em smooth,
Well,
son?
didn't you bring me up that way?
Yes, sir. And then I know you'll go for this, too. An alumna of the old outfit, same
Yeah?
as you.
Mm-hmm.
She's been a palpitating to meet you. Joni Edwards.
Well, I'm overjoyed, Joni.
Well, Mr. Crosby, will you autograph this for me? Here's the pen. Just sign right here, dotted line and all.
Any time at all, honey child. Where do you want me to, Holy Toledo, what are you doing to me here? $1,000?
Just a victory bond, Mr. Crosby.
Well, I'll buy that.
And for me, Joni, I'll buy a little springtime.
Why, Mr. Whiteman, how you do go on. I'm as restless as a willow in a windstorm. I'm as jumpy as a puppet on a string. I'd say that I had spring fever, but I know it isn't spring. I am starry-eyed and vaguely discontented, like a nightingale without a song to sing. Oh, why should I have spring fever when it isn't even spring? I keep wishing I were somewhere else, walking down a strange new street, hearing words that I have never heard from a man I've yet to meet. I'm as busy as a spider spinning daydreams. I'm as giddy as a baby on a swing. I haven't seen a crocus or a rosebud or a robin on the wing, but I feel so gay in a melancholy way that it might as well be spring. It might as well be somewhere else, walking down a strange new street, hearing words that I have never heard from a man I've yet to meet. I'm as busy as a spider spinning daydreams. I'm as giddy as a baby on a swing. I haven't seen a crocus or a rosebud or a robin on the wing. Still I feel so gay in a melancholy way that it might as well be spring. It might as well be spring.
Very lovely treatment. Joni, you know you do right well by a song, mon petit.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Crosby. It sure is a thrill to get a compliment from the expert.
Expert. I've been wanting to hit you with one ever since I first heard you. I know a lot about you, you know.
You do?
Mhm.
Well, I know a lot about you, too.
Not too loud. What do you know?
Here's what I know.
Tell me.
There's a guy I know who owns a string of horses. They say his nags have never won a race.
I've got 4 sons who make up for my losses.
But you've known Nancy with the laughing face.
You know my gal, I've heard you sing with Lawrence Tibbett. There is something that I never will forget.
I gave him Fence Me In, and I'm still getting 3 passes to the Met.
You should get arrested.
Tell me, Mr. Crosby, do you pay Bob Hope to falsify your golfing score?
Well, we only play for 5 cents a 100. Is it true that you take lessons from a girl named Dinah Shaw?
Why, I'm shocked. It seems to me your singing is familiar.
Do you think your sponsor might give me the nod?
Well, I'm afraid that we could never use you.
Oh, no.
No. For you see, we've got Dick Todd, and he sings so gay.
In a melancholy way.
And it sounds so much like Bing. It might as well be B-I-N-G, well, I finally got to sing a duet with the old groaner.
Why the old groaner?
For Sprouts, you know. That makes you a grandfather. Anyway, Pops, I remember way back in the 20s.
That's far enough. Almost back to Liberty Bonds.
Liberty. That was then. Now,
I know. Victory Bonds.
Let's see, the 20s. Then it was Caroline in the Morning with banjo, tubas, and the little old duet. Recorded this way by the king of jazz 20 years ago.
Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning. No one could be sweeter than my sweetie when I meet her in the morning. Where the morning glories wind around the door, whispering pretty stories I long to hear once more. Strolling with my girlie where the dew is pearly early in the morning. Butterfly will flutter up and kiss each little buttercup at morning. If I had a Aladdin's lamp for only a day, I'd make a wish and here's what I'd say. Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning, just eating breakfast, morning, in dear old Dixie, morning.
Now, that's the word now. Caroline in the Morning, new arrangement, modern orchestra, and chorus. With the same Pappy Whiteman up front. That magic wand, Pappy.
what's wrong with that?
Especially when his name is Gene Kelly.
Hi, Bing.
Come aboard, Lieutenant. Salute the quarterdeck, front and center, and all of that.
Hi, fella. I couldn't be better, Bing.
This is one of those quickie introductions. Gene Jones.
Well, it's a pleasure, Lieutenant.
I'm beaming from ear to ear.
You bring your dancing shoes, Gene?
No, Bing. Dancing shoes don't go with these brass buttons.
The Navy keeps you kind of busy, I hear tell.
Plenty busy. It's a lot of Navy, and all bought and paid for by the people of these United States.
Should old acquaintance be forgot? It's you, Gene.
Thanks, Bing. You see, I'd like to talk about some old acquaintances I've been seeing. They're in naval hospitals all over the country. I remember, well, I'll never forget the boy I saw limping slowly along a corridor one afternoon. And a medical officer with me said, "You see that boy? His ankle was smashed, almost severed 2 years ago. But we worked on him, patched him up, and then turned him over to physical therapy. Now he's beginning to walk. Before we send him out of here, he'll be walking perfectly, maybe another year." So there it is. 2 years behind him, a year to go. There's a story and a responsibility in that. The story is that sailor's. The responsibility is yours. It's up to you to see that all the old acquaintances, in blue or in khaki, are never forgotten. They've earned every bit of care and more that money can buy. Your money in your victory bonds. This victory of ours will have a very bitter taste if one boy anywhere is forgotten. So remember them tomorrow, December 7th, when you remember the beginning at Pearl Harbor. Remember them and buy extra bonds. You can get them at any motion picture theater in the country tomorrow, and we can do no less than buy these bonds and sign our names to a real victory.
Well said, Gene, and thank you. Tomorrow's a big day at the movies. Your ticket's free when you buy those victory bonds.
Hey, fellas.
Bingo. The lady called.
Damsel in distress, no doubt. What are we waiting for here?
Well, leave us in advance on this objective.
Beware the Lorelei.
You're safe with me, boys.
Shucks.
And double shucks.
What's on your mind, Kitty?
Well, it's a question of professional etiquette.
Well, when in trouble, dial C for Crosby. Give out, Joni.
That's just it. Can I give out on the piano and sing, too?
Well, Hildegard hasn't been arrested yet,
Oh,
has she?
please, Mr. C.
Depends on how well you do it. You got a sample? What are you holding
Well, I've
here?
got a union card. That's
Have
one
you?
thing I'm holding.
Have you got a sample, really?
Well, could be.
Could be what?
Could be my blue heaven.
Well, Mr. Whiteman, you heard the lady. Furnish her with a nice lacy background. For Joni, her piano, and my blue heaven.
When whippoorwills call and evening is nigh, I hurry to my blue heaven. I turn to the right, a little white light will lead you to my blue heaven. You'll see a smiling face, a fireplace, a cozy room, a little nest that's nestled where the roses bloom. Just Jimmy and me, and baby makes three. We're happy in my blue heaven. to my blue heaven. Turn to the right, a little white light will lead you to my blue heaven. You'll see a smiling face, a fireplace, a cozy room, a little nest that nestles where the roses bloom. Just Jimmy and me, and baby make three. We're happy in just a little cottage small, nestled by a waterfall when evening is nigh. I hurry to my blue heaven.
That's swell, Joni. I've always loved your singing, but I could forgotten that you could give a Steinway such a fit. We send you an order for more at our earliest convenience, huh?
Yours received, Bingle, and contents noted. With?
Well, break it up, children. Time's a-wasting.
And the little red hand on the clock goes round and round. Where are we going to go from here, Pappy?
Well, dig me something solid, son, and dig it deep.
Like a new one, or you like an old one?
Well, let's wrap it up and put it to bed with a new one.
I'm your man. Something new with a touch, just a very light touch of French romance. Symphony, huh? Symphony, music from above, music from above. How does it start? Say, Paul, you know we got a bad start here. I was looking at Joni Edwards, trying to make a little character with her, and I forgot to start. Got it. Symphony. Symphony of love, music from above. How does it start? You walk in, and the song begins, singing violins start in your heart. Then you speak, the melody seems to rise. Then you sigh, it sighs and it softly dies. Symphony, sing to me. Then we kiss. And it's clear to me, when you're near to me, you are my symphony. Symphony, sing to me. Then we kiss, and it's clear to me, when you're near to me, you are my symphony. Well, let's do some straight talking, kiddies. The fact is, we're not kiddies anymore. We're grown up. It took a war to do it, but here we are, all grown up in a brand new world. Here's the setup. Two great sections of the entertainment industry, radio and motion pictures, combined tonight to give you this little show and to tell you what we've been telling you through 8 bond drives. That the war won't be completely over until the things we've fought for are ours. Until every living soldier is back home, and until every man in hospitals has been made as well again as human science can make him. For 7 of these bond drives, we ask you to buy bonds for guns and tanks and ships, things that are made for killing. Now in the 8th, the victory loan, They're asking you to buy bonds for bandages and surgical instruments, medical equipment, things that are used for healing. You can't ignore this call any more than you have ignored the others. Tomorrow is the closing day of the campaign. Tomorrow, every motion picture theater in the United States will honor your purchase of a victory bond with a free ticket to the movies. Once again, this time for the last time, the entertainment industry is backing the United States Treasury with every means at its command. But whether you take advantage of this offer or not, buy that extra victory bond tomorrow. Remember this, 4 years ago tonight, we lived in peace. There's pain, blood, and death on the pages of our history since then. Don't let the men down who gave us victory. Buy those bonds. Good night.
When the blue of the night meets the gold of the day, someone waits for me.
And thanks for coming, Bing.